Yes.
That's
We're,
I'm sorry.
we're on laptops, Henry. Desktops is so 90s.
Even laptops are like. But no, I have at least one desktop and the giant fat monitor and in a tiny apartment, and I need to watch some Hoarders and get through this, get it out. But hey,
I
Alright,
have a desktop with a flat screen monitor.
what's that?
straight. A desktop with a flat screen.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We're
let's get
live.
let's get down to this.
Yeah.
So, this is the aftermath of what happened last week in 1 minute. And
Yep.
oh my God, a
Oh, I
lot,
see you.
a
Yeah.
lot of things happen in this episode.
Oh, wow. This was an excellent episode. And ICU had more than one meeting. We see at the beginning. We see Jesse
Hmm.
getting dressed. He's about to leave the hospital.
Yeah, roll me further, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
A classic line from Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Jesse finds out that Hank has been rushing to the hospital of what happened last week with the cousins.
You
Yeah.
notice how they do that scene? We don't really know how he feels about it
Yeah.
until he gets into Skinny Pete's car.
Hmm.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm
I'm
just
excellent.
great.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
feeling great.
Smile.
They're feeling great. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the teaser. Going into it, we see Gail leaving, and
Yeah.
and then Jesse coming in. Jesse being Jesse, he's all out on this meth lab. He loves it. He loves every square inch of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Gil. I mean, because he's a really naive kind of guy, I think, anyway. But even he could see through this. What he's like, this makes no sense. Like,
Hmm.
period,
Yeah.
period, period. Um, it just didn't make any sense to him, and he's flabbergasted. And when Jesse comes in, Walt is like, he's embarrassed, and he's just all he can do is like look at Gail, like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse reminded me of Badger when he went down to Jesse's basement and found that lab set
Yeah.
up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all
A
he
lot
had
of
to do,
similarities. A lot of
yeah,
similarities in
a
that. In
lot of
that.
stuff. All Jesse had to do was dry hump one of them big steel containers, and it just been like Badger, but bigger.
Uh,
And Jesse is like so wrapped up in this new endeavor
Hmm.
that he's the one to deliver the news about Hank. And
yes.
I don't think he got that as soon as he said that Walt was going to hit the road and go to the hospital.
Hmm.
Like, what the hell? And it's like next day he is cold. He is as cold as Gus or Walt or
Yeah,
Hector. He's like, you had just grieve
Yeah.
faster or something
yep,
and tell your douchebag brother-in-law to head into the light or something.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he's still pissed at Hank. I mean, Hank kicked his ass. I'm punting it out there. So he's pissed at Hank. So I think that's why he wants Walt to hurry up and come back.
Yeah, but then he's being cold to Walt.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like, hurry up and get this grieving thing over with. Because Jesse
Yeah.
apparently figured Hank was dead.
Uh
Because he heard the whole conversation, multiple gunshot wounds, the blood pressure was bad, the belly was rigid, which meant bleeding, and
Yeah.
okay, yeah. It did, Hank could have died. Hank
Yeah.
really could have died. And they spend like half the episode or more waiting for news that it's really touchy.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, before we get the full news, we had to wait until the end of the episode to get all of the news, which is
Yeah.
great on their part.
Hmm.
It built some tension. It built the tension. Like, is he going to
Mhm.
live? What's going to happen to him? Yeah.
Yeah, it built the family back together. This whole episode.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Vince was actually talking about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
He said that, Jane.
Wow.
I saw that the inside of Breaking Bad, and he said this tragedy builds the family back together of what's going to go forward.
Yeah, it's kind of transitional. in some ways, I think,
Yep.
because it opens up a whole new relationship for Walt and Gus. Walt thinks he's been hiding his cancer and his DEA brother-in-law all along, and he hasn't. Gus knew.
Yeah, Gus
Yeah.
knew.
Yeah, speaking of which, Jesse's at the lab. He's goofing off. That's because Walt told him not to touch the equipment.
Yeah, so Jesse, he's just there goofing off, which is great. I like those transitions in between. It's like sorrow and sadness, and then Jesse trying to blow up his uniform, his suit, and then
Oh, I know
that. He's literally deflated when Victor comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Victor's like, where are you cooking?
Like, get the air out, and yeah. There's
And
nothing cooking here.
Gus was keeping apprised of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I think when Walt called him from the hospital, I think Victor told Gus, like, hey, Walt's not here. Walt's not at the lab.
Yeah, I think Gus knew what happened. I think Gus kind of figured that he would be going to the hospital with Hank as soon as he found out.
I think so. I think he knew, yeah.
Yeah.
And he did like something that Skyler would actually do at this point, which is to ask the question, knowing what the real answer is, and then watch the lie.
Mm-hmm.
And he lied.
Mm-hmm.
And that made for a very interesting. That made for a very interesting television, I thought. The fact that Gus already knew, but he wanted to hear it from. He wanted to hear it from Walt. He wanted to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, which brings up a good point. When Walt was talking to Jesse on the first time for the phone, he asked Skylar, "Do you know who that was?" And Skylar did not care. She did not care who it was.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't so much that she didn't care, but she didn't trust that whoever he said it was going to be a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And this whole time, she's very quietly, she's blaming him. She sees some sort of connection. She's not quite sure. She knows it's got to do with Pinkman somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But when Marie goes off on her tirade, which was fabulous, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to talk about that, too, Alan.
I wouldn't want to hang out with Marie, but I love Marie. And this was like, you go, girl.
Marie's blaming Walt for all this.
She made her feelings known. She turned on the DA or the DEA. She thought that what's the ASAC's last name?
Oh God, I keep forgetting. I meant to Google it again.
ASAC.
ASAC, yeah.
I know.
I'll Google right now. Go ahead and talk.
Yeah, she's like, you're supposed to protect him. You're supposed to do this for him and all that. Now she's pissed at Gobi. She's pissed,
And they look ashamed when she does it.
Yeah.
Or there's a look on their face. It's not just, all right, I'm chilling out, letting her vent, but he was right and we were wrong. Really, Hank did not have to beat up Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's telling Gomi, you were supposed to be there for him. You had to go off to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You had to run off to Texas.
Yeah.
And
nobody's believing this. Yeah.
ASAC is Assistant Special Agent in Charge.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what was his last name, though? I forgot his last name.
Schrader.
No,
that's Hank.
Oh. Gomes?
I'm talking about the main ASAC in this episode.
Oh, the white-headed guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's Googling it. Because I forgot his last name, too.
It's George Merkett.
George, yep.
George, yeah.
Yep, they just say George, that's right.
Yeah.
Sorry, George, or the actor, because we don't remember your name.
The actor is Michael Seamus Wales.
Yeah.
And I think, he's like a cop type in most like he's definitely a character actor. He's just got.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, we also see, what else do we see on this episode?
Oh, wait, one little point about Maurice
yeah,
tirade.
go ahead, Ellen.
Sorry, about Marie's tirade when she's, yelling at Walt that if you hadn't gotten involved with Pinkman to buy pot, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Hank never would have known who he was. And Skylar is the one to jump in and say this is not his fault. You can't blame Walt for this.
I really like that.
But really...
Double agent here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But really, if you think about it, all of this is actually Walt's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Because Gus called the twins off of Walt and pointed them at Hank. If it hadn't been for Walt, though, Hank would have been okay. They wouldn't have gone after Hank if it hadn't been for Walt.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it.
Yeah, it's that butterfly effect that we talked about.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then there was also Gus. Gus needs Walt. He doesn't need Hank.
Right.
And then they were talking about, what a...
And plus this whole thing...
Gall to be the one.
This whole thing was a part of Gus's plan so that he can get in control of the cartel.
Yes. And then Juan calls, was like, what the hell's going on? And Gus is like, why would I do this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was under the impression after last week listening to the commentary and stuff that it was Daniel's last episode last week, and Luis was in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So
this was Daniel.
This is Marco. This is Marco who doesn't have his legs.
I thought it was Lionel.
It's Leonard.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Lionel.
Yeah, because Marco was the one that shot.
It is.
Marco is dead.
All right. I'm confused. Yeah. I'm confused. But, there's the whole thing about Juan Bolsa is going to talk to him. He's going to he's going to talk to, let's call him Leo, and get the skinny on everything, and that can't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy codes, and nobody expected him to die. The DEA couldn't wait to, prosecute.
Gomi says, "Burn in hell, you piece of shit."
Mm-hmm.
Well, he didn't die of those injuries.
So Gus did a distraction, bringing the chicken in, so Mike can go in and inject him with something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. That was genius.
I was like, Mike!
Sharps container, out the door.
Oh, yeah. Mike just casually walks over there, drops the hypodermic needle in there, walks out.
And then meanwhile, Gus has arranged for Juan Bolsa to meet his end and makes a phone call so he can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Smiles and breaks the phone and goes on his way.
Yes, it's not only this thing. This whole episode is about family. This is showing how much dangerous Gus is.
Yeah.
What Walt is basically in for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, I think this
what Walt doesn't know, but now actually this episode he's scared. Mm-hmm. That Walt is scared now.
Yeah.
He's kind of pleading for, Gus to make sure his family stays safe, including Hank.
Yeah. And Gus is like, I'm sure nothing will happen. And then he says, "Now, thank me and shake my hand."
Mm-hmm.
He tells Walt he hides in plain sight, just like Walt.
Yep. Like, we're the same, don't worry. But, Gus can't be trusted. Look at this. He ordered this, and now he's showing up with a $10,000 reward and chicken and condolences and all of that.
Yeah, nobody's going to claim that $10,000.
I think the one thing about this episode was Gus was tying up loose ends.
Yeah, most definitely.
He was tying up loose ends. He ordered Lionel killed. Then he ordered Juan Bosa killed.
Yep.
but he arranged it to make it look like it was a DEA, a federal raid.
Federal as well.
Mhm.
It was. It probably was. Only it was done with information gleaned from or through Gus.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Gus had a chain of information where.
And I think, and probably Mike was involved as well. He probably delivered that information so Gus won't get in trouble or something.
That wouldn't surprise me if Mike had been involved at all.
Because see, I think this part right here would be awesome in Better Call Saul. Have Saul work with Mike to deliver information to the cops about the cartel so they can shoot up the cartel. I think that'd be great. Whenever Gus gets involved.
Well, we know that Mike's down with that job if he's asked to do it, as before. Mm-hmm. Well, we will see.
Well, that's the thing about Mike. He will do a job. He won't question orders. You know.
Well, that's because there's money involved, and the money is going to go towards Kaylee.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
I do think Mike would object to certain things if he just didn't feel right about them, but he trusts Gus, and he knows that these people are scumbags. Not that Gus is any better, but you know, they are scumbags.
You know, Mike won't do anything to a kid. I don't think. I don't think he'd go after a kid.
No. Yeah, because you can see how upset he was when Meth Damon threw Sharp, and he got pissed off about that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, going back to this episode.
When they're in the cafeteria having breakfast, and Marie is just freaking out about how dirty the forks are, and I'm watching this.
I can relate to that. Because I'm like super duper OCD, and if I see something on a fork or a spoon, I have to find a different spoon and fork, make sure it's cleaner.
But I'm watching the scene, and she's getting all upset, and it's like, okay, here's something I can control right now. I can control my anger about this, and I can, it gives her brain a short escape, and that's really what they talked about that she was doing. But Walt, gives that little talk about how he had his surgery there, and again, the whole family thing, the green light. I always get confused. I always think that this one's green light.
Yes.
In retrospect.
He talked about green light. Yes. He talked about he wanted to drive himself to the hospital, and he said that he and Skylar hit every green light on the way to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. Well, according to Betsy Britt, if you go 30 miles an hour, the lights change quick for you, and it responds to speeders by giving them more and longer red lights.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But it was interesting, Marie was like, how can anybody survive here? And Walt's like, hey, I had my surgery here.
Right.
I survived.
Oh, yeah, when, so Jesse's second courtesy phone call, and Walt gets out of it, goes outside to do the cell. So they're really outside, and what's happening is they're getting car noises, and it's really, really ruining the sound. So basically, Brian has to go in post-production and do those lines over again. Dub over
them. Yeah.
Yeah, and not only lip sync perfectly, but get the whole emotion of the scene. And he's like,
wow.
Yeah, Vince was saying he felt bad for all these people doing this, but there's just no other real way to do that.
See, I would have never known that. See, I would have thought, they would have shot it all right there. But I don't think they always do that with productions. I don't think they shoot everything there, especially the audio, especially if there's ambient background noise.
Yeah, I think they probably add that in after the production, the background noise.
Yeah.
At least I think so. You got the commentary, Ellen. You got some inside information about that?
Well, I mean, a lot of the stuff is soundstage. I mean,
Yeah.
You know, outdoors can be outdoors, but usually they're at a remote location, remote enough. But this was actually a real hospital that they used. So the outside was really the outside of a busy area. Um, you know, it was probably way easier to deal with the sound issue than the visual of a hospital building issue. You can't really find like a empty building out in the desert, for example, so where it's
Well,
quiet outside.
Kelly Dixon did an excellent job of editing on this.
Oh, I
She
think,
did.
yeah.
She really did an excellent job with editing, especially editing the audio of the post production audio of Bryan Cranston and syncing it up with
Yeah.
the filmed segment. I mean,
Oh yeah, then there's
masterful.
the leg thing that they have to do with the green stockings and
Right? Yeah, like they did with Forrest Gump. They did that with Lieutenant Dan, Gary
yeah,
Sinise. That's how they
yeah.
did that.
Green for some reason is the color to do that
Yes.
with when you want something to be able to go away.
Mhm.
It's got to be
Well, when he
green.
was in the bed, his legs was inside the bed. There was like a chamber for his legs.
Yep.
Uh huh.
And then when he got out of the bed, they had to use the green screen.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's one thing we got to talk about is Lionel. He's laying there, and we
Hmm.
hear Goldman saying, "You want to see this guy?" Talking to Walt. Walt says, "Yeah," and then they go up there, and Lionel turns. He sees Walt. Doesn't say a word. He's got his eyes squarely on Walt. He gets out of that bed. He's crawling on the floor.
His pulse is going faster and faster too. You know, it's
Yeah, and we hear the music. The menacing twins music, the cousins music.
mhm.
You know. And two guys have to go in there, two of the DEA guys go in there, pick him up, put him back up on the bed.
Uh-oh. Oh. I saw. I didn't hear Henry anymore, and you were muted, but all
Yeah.
better.
Huh?
Anyway, yeah, we can hear you, Henry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can hear you. We're like on a
I mean, that
delay or
was just.
something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but it was just creepy, him getting out of that bed and having his eyes squarely on Walt. I mean, he had murder in his eyes, boy.
Mhm. Yeah, that got him going. It got his adrenaline going. His heart was pumping. That machine started beeping faster.
Yep.
And, you know, really well done, like they were saying, for a guy who'd never acted before this.
Oh, he was tremendous. Both of them were. Both the brothers were tremendous.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, there were. Yeah, I think we're probably going to see more of them, and hopefully in Better Call Saul. If
That
not,
would be cool.
yeah.
And when they brought Lionel in, they had to cut those boots off. I was like, oh damn, they had to cut the boots off.
Oh, I know.
No more boots.
Oh, Vince Gilligan random also said that I guess Jesse's wearing a pumpkin shirt at some point. Pumpkin?
Oh, yeah, Jack London shirt.
And
Yeah.
he and his girlfriend had gone to Walmart, and Vince found the pumpkin shirt and thought that might be good for Jesse. And he also happened to pick up 4 Kenny Rogers T-shirts.
And we see those
Oh,
Kenny Rogers T-shirts.
Yeah.
yeah, on a later episode, yeah.
Yeah. The Gambler, which is kind of funny.
Hey, which episode it was? We saw them on. It was Box Cutter.
Yeah, it was Box Cutter. The very first
Remember?
episode of season 4.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's where we
because
see
they
them wearing the Kenny Rogers shirts.
and those stupid white pants, and they look dorky.
Yeah. Kind of like it's kind of puts me in mind of the movie Pulp Fiction. Remember after Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta got cleaned up, they had to put on those dorky-looking clothes.
I barely remember that. But yeah.
If you've never seen Pulp Fiction, I recommend it. It's a great movie.
Oh, I have. I like Tarantino a lot. It's been a while, but yeah, I could picture that and still being badass in the dorky clothes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I think we covered All of it.
Well, did you know that the writer of this episode, Jennifer Hutchison, worked on the X-Files?
Yes.
Many people do.
Another X-Files connection. There you go.
Another X-Files connection.
Yeah.
Your cast member, Uncle Jack, was in an episode of the X-Files.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. I just saw the episode last night, and he plays a exterminator. An exterminator.
That's kind of weird. That's a straight, yeah.
Wait a minute, Uncle Jack. I forgot who that was.
Yes.
Michael.
He's for a different kind of extermination than. Yeah, the guy he is in Breaking Bad.
Which one? Wait, Uncle Jack. I'm trying to think who that was.
Jack. Welker, Todd, Jack, Nazis.
The
Aryan guy. Yeah, the Aryan guy.
Yeah, him.
Aryan Brotherhood.
You know, Todd's uncle.
Season 5. Season 5. Yeah, Season 5.
Todd's uncle.
Oh.
Yeah. Always smoking. It's always about his next cigarette.
Oh my god, I can't wait till we get Season 5.
You know, speaking of, I'm looking at this, and I'm really upset because, I don't know, I don't want to start working until Memorial Day weekend, which is 2 weeks from now, but my boss at the restaurant is really sweet, and if she's desperate, I'll work next week, but Fly is Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, it is.
No.
I'll be back for that. I won't be here next week either.
Oh, so yeah, Memorial Day weekend's a big deal on the Cape Cod because we get a lot of.
Push Fly if you want me to.
You want to push Fly? I love Fly.
I'll push it. I'll push Fly.
Yeah, we could push it. Yeah.
Yep. So, Henry, you're not going to be here for next week?
Nah.
You want me to push episode 9 as well?
Sure, Kafkaesque, yeah.
Yeah, I'll push it.
Want to try to do it on another day, or you just want to push up Saturdays?
Push it up Saturday.
Saturday's a good night to do it, I think.
The 30th for episode
30th
9.
is Fly.
The 30th is Fly, so the 23rd.
The 30th?
Kafkaesque.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
All
We're
right.
skipping next week, Ellen. And then the 23rd, which will be Memorial Day weekend, that we're going to talk about Kafkaesque.
I thought next week was Kafkaesque. 23rd.
It is.
Why?
But if Henry wants me to push up episode 9, so
well, Ellen, if you have to work next weekend, Ellen, you know, then I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be out of state, actually.
Yeah. Well, what happens is, if next weekend's off, it's off. But basically, my Saturdays do not belong to me until October. So, yeah, it's a bummer. But it's the night I have to work, and it works out with my other job. I mean, when you're a waitress on the Cape, serving tourists, Saturday night is the night you work.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not looking forward to it. Maybe I could start a GoFundMe site to, throw me the money that I would make in tips so that I could have my Saturday nights free.
Here we go. Smile, you son of a bitch. Boom. Watching Jaws.
Oh, Jaws.
They got the 40th anniversary of it on AMC. On AMC, they're showing it marathon of all 4 of them.
Oh, Ellen, did you watch Cleveland Abduction?
No.
Oh, you missed it. We need to talk about that too.
Well, I don't want to spoil it for her though.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What's Cleveland Abduction?
It's based on a true story.
That was the real life case, Ariel Castro, the guy who abducted 3 women and kept them captive for like over a decade.
Oh wow.
In Cleveland, Ohio, and it was May 6, 2013 when they finally escaped.
Wow, that sounds kind of familiar, but yeah, I like those crime shows for some reason.
And Raymond Cruz played Ariel
I happened to
Castro.
be watching Crimes of the Century, it was called, on Netflix last night. various, just random things like Andrea Yates and John Lennon and Ronald Reagan and, a bunch of stuff. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, but Raymond Cruz plays Ariel Castro.
Yeah, and
he really has him down. I mean,
yeah.
Anybody who's familiar with that particular case, and I watched the behind the headlines that was on after that, and I mean the movie. Oh man, the movie was good, but the real life guy, he was a freaking bastard.
Oh yeah, he was a monster.
Yeah.
Total monster.
Ariel Castro was a bastard. Yeah.
Yeah, and what shocked me was that it was a dad of the friend.
Right.
And I wasn't expecting that.
Did you just ruin something for me?
No.
Okay, just checking.
It'll be on again.
It'll probably be on again. If not, it'll probably be on Netflix.
Just on a couple of nights ago.
I have my ways and means, yo.
Just Google search Cleveland abduction and see if you can't find it.
I can find it. I watch anything I want, just about. I mean, I feel like watching something. I don't usually not find it.
Mm.
I have my ways, my places.
Shane and I, we were talking the other night about the Cleveland abduction movie, and Shane said he'd rather hang out with Tuco than hang out with Ariel Castro.
Really?
Yeah, that's how bad that guy is.
Yeah. You thought Tuco was bad? Tuco was just crazy. This guy, on the other hand,
was a monster. But yeah, so what did we do with episode 9? Push it or not push it?
Push it. Ellen, what do you say?
Yeah, if Henry'd like to join, then it's Kafkaesque, Let's
when do you want me to push it?
Well, at this point, it's whenever you guys want to, because it's like I'm not going to be able to do it. I mean,
so
I might get. I mean, the place isn't open that late, but you guys can't. I never know.
The thing is that this next episode is where Skylar talks about the gambling problem, and I want to hear your thoughts about
story.
that. That's why I want you on this one, because I like to hear your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, and I never want to miss Fly, but I don't know. I'll have my phone with me. I could always Facebook message you, and actually with my phone I'd have to use Messenger.
Well, what times do you usually get off?
Usually it really depends. It's like I could be walking out the door at 8:30, 8:45. Especially in June, it's going to be really slow. Or I could get a table come in at 8:30 and I don't leave home till 9:30. So, or in random circumstances, it's late, and it's kind of hard to predict until you're out of there. I mean,
how about Fridays? Is Fridays good?
I'll tell you what. Yeah.
Friday's
good for Ellen. Yeah, I'm not doing anything on Friday nights.
Yeah, well, I'll be off Fridays till July, so that'll help.
That'll work then. I'll tell you what,
2
weeks, or not this Friday, but the next Friday.
The 22nd.
We'll do Kafkaesque.
The 22nd is going to be episode 9, and the 29th is going to be Fly.
We'll do Kafkaesque on the 23rd. And the
29th might be 29th could be if you're talking about. Oh, that's a Friday you're talking about, or
Fridays.
Saturday?
Yes.
Fridays.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to be working Fridays till July. So.
Yeah, so we can do Kafkaesque on the 22nd.
And
then Fly on the 29th. Yeah, that'll work. That works just fine.
Yay.
Perfect. And then we're probably done by mid-June, because we're already on episode 9. We only got a few more before full and half measures.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
So yeah, so the 22nd is going to be Episode 9.
Kafkaesque.
Kafkaesque. All right.
Yeah. Everybody Google the word.
Now, what is episode 11 called? I forgot.
Episode 11. Let me check.
Of season 3.
Well, it was going to be on the 30th, May 30th.
Wait, what's the title of that episode? So I'm talking about.
Albuquerque.
Oh.
Yeah, ABIQUIU.
ABQ.
ABQ.
Or ABQ. It's
yeah.
actually,
ABQ.
I think it's called ABQ. It looks like ABQ though.
ABQ. Oh, okay. So we got Kafkaesque, Fly, ABQ, half measures, and full measures.
We got 5 episodes.
That's so
5
funny.
episodes in season 3.
Yep.
And then we're going to take a long break.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break.
So RJ was saying about the lab in the show. They were talking about how awesome this whole set was.
Mm-hmm.
And RJ said no half measures, and they haven't got there yet.
Yep.
I thought that was cool.
And you notice that during over the end credits or with the music, they also had the sound of
Hank on the heart monitor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that. That was great. I love that.
It's perfect because it's like Henry pointed out, ICU. It's ICU and it's intensive care unit, and
Yep,
that's the sound of an intensive care unit.
Yep.
One of them. Yeah. All right.
One thing that's going to happen in a future episode is Marie is going to arouse Hank on the bed.
Yes.
Yes, that's
another epic, wonderful Marie moment. Marie could really, really be cool. Wouldn't want to hang out with her, but man, there's things about her that I love.
Marie, she is something else.
Yeah.
Oh, we missed this. A couple an episode back, it was either the last episode or the episode before. We saw the inside of Hank and Marie's house, and you just see purple utensils, purple sheets, everything,
like
everything
furniture,
decorated purple.
I think her coffee maker is purple.
It is.
She's obsessed with purple.
Yeah.
It looked like Bonnie the dinosaur threw up.
You know why? Maybe this is why. I don't know. Maybe it's if for some reason when people in the medical field, since they got to change the colors of their scrubs so they're not that just like boring blue. You know, purple's a big thing. You're gonna have purple equipment, purple blood pressure cuffs. My blood pressure kit is purple. But the other thing is it's the color of royalty. And I think, Marie likes to think that.
Well, I noticed in the hospital scene, some of the doctors is wearing purple scrubs.
Yep, because you get to choose, and purple's it's kind of a happy color. There's nothing really depressing about it. So they like purple, but I don't know. I never really looked this up, but apparently
there's something we haven't gotten to yet, isn't there? Where Marie is going to different houses and she's
That's gonna be when she's really, really stressed by Hank and his recovery phase.
Right. Yeah. We haven't gotten to that yet.
Yeah,
that's right.
I think that's episode 11.
It's gonna be in this season. It's gonna happen fast. Wow.
ABQ.
So. Last thing is that about purple, and I haven't looked this up, but it's like I don't know if it's an urban legend, but they say that people who paint their bedrooms purple have happier times in the bedroom. So maybe that more frequently happy times. So maybe.
Well, did you catch the online exclusives with those shorts, the Breaking Bad shorts? And there's this one short where Hank and Marie is making a sex tape. Yeah.
Yes. And she's the dominatrix, and he's handcuffed.
and he stopped there and he's like, that's not how you're supposed to do that. Do it more rough. And
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Henry, you got to check those out. It might be on the AMC website.
Yeah, it's webisodes.
I'll have to look at that.
They're called webisodes. They're out there.
Yeah.
There's
Twat
Hammer.
There's Twat Hammer, the music video.
There's the day of Hank and Marie's wedding, which is epic. Oh my God, you have to see that one. And
Marie's Confession.
Marie's Confession. Badger and Walt trying to get a vacuum cleaner from an old lady.
I guess if you go to YouTube, you might be able to just type in Breaking Bad webisodes.
Yeah, you'll find them.
It's either on AMC or YouTube.
Oh yeah, I think they are on AMC. If you have trouble, Henry, I'll find them for you. Let me know.
Oh, Ellen, that'd be great. That'd be great. You just PM them to me on Facebook.
Yeah.
If you don't find, I was gonna say, Ellen, if you don't find them, I know Shane will.
I've already found them.
PM them to me on Facebook, Shane.
I am.
See, he's still young. He can multitask.
Yeah.
But Hank, the day of Hank and Marie's wedding is epic.
It is.
Oh, great stuff.
I think we've pretty much covered everything on this episode. I mean, another excellent episode. I mean, this show, the drama layers, the layers keep building, and the storytelling keeps getting better and better.
Yeah.
This show does improve with age.
Yeah.
I mean, it just season by season, it's better and better, and it does not suck to begin with.
No.
At all. At all.
I mean, that pilot episode. I mean, you talk about you talk about hitting the ground running. That pilot episode, it just boom, it's right out the gate.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I was like this. I'm gonna hate this show. Tough. Like, all right, let me see the next episode. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I mean, it starts out slow, then it gradually builds, which makes it great.
I didn't think it was slow at all. We got dead people in the first episode. We got the RV like all over the place, and the pants falling down, and the fire, and the sirens, and the gun, and it was not a
Walt looking all stylish in that green dress shirt and underwear.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I didn't think that was slow, but it was action, but it wasn't boring, formulaic, seeing this kind of thing before action. It's just unique. So, yeah. I couldn't hate that show anymore. And I was, like I said, because I was mad because Bryan Cranston or the show would beat House or Hugh Laurie or Dexter, Michael C. Hall. And, Breaking Bad I love more than House, which is saying a lot. A lot.
Yeah, House is in my top 5. Breaking Bad has to be number 1.
Yeah. And Dexter was really great, and then they stayed too long.
Since summer is coming up, AMC needs to start running like maybe Breaking Bad marathons during the day or something.
Yeah. Do some marathons. Especially Better Call Saul. I need to get my fix.
Well, I'm going to get my Orange is the New Black pretty soon. That's a really, really great stuff. So that'll help.
And X-Files is starting filming in June 8th.
Oh, and then some movie that where Aaron Paul and Norman Reedus are going to be in it.
Yeah, that's right. Daryl and Jesse.
Yeah. So yeah, stuff coming up.
A lot of stuff is coming out.
Oh, I was going to say, I saw an old episode of Seinfeld about 2 weeks ago, and a gun played one of Jerry's girlfriends.
Bryan Cranston was in that too.
Yeah, as Dr. Tim Watley.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was the dentist.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Bob Odenkirk was on one episode as one of Elaine's boyfriends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a
Oh
lot
my
of people.
God.
There's a lot of connections with all those shows.
Yeah.
6 Degrees of Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, R.J. Minnie was on, was it Hannah Montana, one episode, but he was like a
played on Hannah
background extra.
Montana, yeah, as an extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it on this episode. The 22nd, it's on a Friday. It's going to be episode 9.
Yeah. About 2 weeks from, just about 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, because next week I'm not even going to be in the state.
Oh, good for you.
Have fun, Henry.
I'm going to Ohio, the Ohio Bigfoot Conference. Matter of fact, I'm wearing the last year's Ohio Bigfoot Conference T-shirt.
Product placement. We got some product placement going on.
Uh-oh.
All right. So,
Shameless.
Yep. Let's go ahead and end it right here. The 22nd is episode 9.
Tough guy-esque.
Tough guy-esque, man. Yo.
Yes.
All right, guys.
Spanish or something?
No, it's from Kafka. I want to say visual artist or writer. I'm feeling really stupid right now.
Well, as soon as you hear the commentary, I'm sure you'll be able to tell us.
Yeah, I gotta remind myself I'm pretty stupid at the moment.
All right.
So in other words, we're moving to Fridays, starting
Fridays
May
at
22nd.
8. Yep, Fridays at 8.
8 Eastern.
All right, see you then.